What the hell?
Get over here, TJ. I'm coming!
Oh, phrasing.
I'm giving that a seizure. The audio waves are seizuring. I'm sorry to any
Editor.
editor
you.
or AKA me or people with headphones.
This part isn't in the thing yet.
No, it is.
Me walking into frame is?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Because why not?
Oh. Alright.
TJ just got caught on camera without him realizing it. Sometimes that's just what happens. Alright. So, I'm John.
I'm Trevor.
We're back, guys.
Yeah, things are happening.
Episode 3 of the Manic Movie Misfits. Today we're just gonna kind of update y'all on what we've been watching and
just kind of chilling,
covering a lot of topics. So yeah.
Yeah.
TJ, you want to tell everyone what you've been watching recently? Maybe like the last, I don't know. Well, we haven't talked in like 2 weeks. So what have you been watching recently in the last 2 weeks?
Well, in terms of TV shows, I've been just plugging away at Bad Batch and stuff like that, weekly stuff. In terms of movies, I watched Atomic Blonde, which is pretty much a female Bond movie. Kind of loved it. There's Charlize Theron in it. I saw Black Widow, another fun spy movie. Gotta love it. It's Marvel.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
What about you?
Me. Well, off the top of my head, I watched Titans. I watched the first 2 seasons of Titans, the only 2 seasons that have come out so far.
Yeah, the third one comes out in like 2 weeks or something.
Yeah, it comes out August. I binged it so I could get ready for that.
I'm slowly getting there.
I won't give away too much, but oh my, I really love that show.
Oh, it's so good.
It's a really, yes, there's a lot of flaws with it, and like if you're looking at it critically from a superhero TV show, it's not necessarily the greatest at times. Cough cough, the dialogue is pretty bad.
It gets
pretty bad.
Ugh.
But overall, it's really enjoyable.
Yeah, has a cool action to it.
Yeah, like I said, we're not going to get into it now. We'll have an episode where we'll discuss it.
I'm almost done, so once we finish.
We'll have a whole episode for that.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of stuff to talk about. But yeah, really pleased with that. Just rewatched The Outsiders.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about a stacked cast.
Oh, it's...
before they were famous.
Yeah. I haven't watched it in a while. Probably almost 4 years now. I remember it was good.
Yeah, it is good.
I'll probably enjoy it more now.
Yeah. Because none of those guys were really big, right?
Not really.
Ralph Macchio, no.
What year was it?
Let's see.
I want to say it's early 80s.
Ralph. Or no. Well, I guess I could look that up, but The Outsiders.
For those who don't know, it's a book from a long time ago. But the movie's directed by Francis Ford Coppola, and it has a bunch of big stars like Ralph Macchio, Tom Cruise, Matt Dillon, Emilio Estevez,
Patrick Swayze,
that's what I was forgetting. Yeah, it's a fun little movie.
Did you say Rob Lowe?
I did not say Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe.
Yeah.
What a god.
A true icon.
Yeah.
Did you find the year?
Yeah, it came out in 83.
That makes sense.
Then I'm pretty sure, because Karate Kid was mid-80s, right?
Yes, and so it was like Risky Business for Tom Cruise.
When was Risky Business?
I want to say like 85.
Right, so, and yeah, because Risky Business is considered his breakout, right?
Yeah, his first big thing. Emilio Estevez didn't have The Breakfast Club until like a few years later.
Right. Who else? Patrick Swayze?
Dirty Dancing wasn't for a while.
Yeah. Who else am I thinking? Rob Lowe? No.
He didn't really have a breakout for a while.
Does he have a breakout?
Look at his stuff. Because I feel like there's something. I know he's in some big stuff.
Let's see.
I don't think he was like.
I don't think he's. Of course, I'm not.
I don't think he has one big role.
He doesn't. He just kind of gradually just kind of shows up. I feel like.
Yeah.
He has a pretty big role in West Wing.
Yes.
Right.
I think St. Elmo's Fire like brought him up.
Right.
And then West Wing got him even higher than the Parks and Rec.
Right, because I mean the thing about him, right? The whole thing with him is like he's a super nice guy, and he always ends up playing the villain.
The bad guy.
Yeah. Right. Tommy Boy, Wayne's World.
I forgot he's in Wayne's World.
Yeah.
So funny.
I mean, he's He is a bad. He is. You consider him the bad guy in Wayne's World, and you do also consider him the bad guy in Tommy Boy. But like he's just. I'm starting to start watching more of his movies and like television stuff because I've seen interviews with him. He's just
he's super chill.
He's one of the nicest actors as far as what I can tell.
Oh yeah.
In Hollywood right now, like he's so nice.
Oh, he's fantastic in West Wing.
He is.
Yeah, I've only seen one season, but I know he leaves for a season.
Okay.
And it's not the same.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he's like one of the hearts of the show.
Okay. Yeah, I have to add that to my watch list right now. Oh, speaking of stuff I'm watching, Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Talk about good TV shows. So I am on about halfway through season 2.
All right.
It's really good so far. Obviously.
Yeah.
Well, I guess. Well, hold on. Let me pause for a second.
Clear the air.
Clear the air. Season 1 was, in my opinion, I might get absolutely just rained on from everyone, but it was fine. Like it was solid.
I think that's the big thing. Is that season 1 is okay.
Yeah.
Compared to the other seasons, it's not as amazing, but it's like the start.
Yeah,
it's a gradual build.
Season 2 is already a lot better than season 1.
I think the thing about them is like they build in like quality, and then 4 and 5 are like fucking god tier.
Right. I don't know if I'm going to get into this here, but like, so, as everyone knows, I talk about the X-Files way too much. I'm going to still be talking about it way too much, but, so for those that don't know, the creator of Breaking Bad is the executive producer of the X-Files. And a lot of their writers, Darren Morgan, I think his brother as well, there's multiple writers from the X-Files that go over to Breaking Bad. Aaron Paul and Bryan Cranston are both in an episode of the X-Files. So
are they in those seasons? What
do you mean?
That he works on, the creator.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. I think Vince Gilligan is there till the end, actually.
Oh really?
Let me see X-Files. But let me finish what I was going to say. Otherwise, I don't want to forget it. So if you look at the X-Files, the structure of the X-Files episode, and compare it to Breaking Bad, it's almost identical.
Similar.
It's almost identical. The cold opens are very similar and set up very similarly. There's a lot of similarities between those two. And one thing that Vince Gilligan did learn from the X-Files is not to do 26 episodes a season.
And run your series into the ground.
Right. I don't know, and I actually don't think it was necessarily Chris Carter's fault and all their faults for having to do 26 episodes.
Yeah,
that's around then. It's around that episode count because they had to, because that's just how that worked.
That's how it works. Is that they give you an episode count and you try and fill it.
Right.
Sometimes.
So I'm trying to get that through some of my friends' heads. That like there are going to be bad episodes in those 26 episodes. It's like literally almost impossible not to have bad episodes in that account. Which is unfortunate. I wish they could choose.
Yeah.
Back then, but I'm sure contracts and stuff.
Yeah, that's not how it works.
Yeah. But yeah, so Breaking Bad's good. Titans was good. Outsiders was good. What, have we watched anything together? What have we watched together?
Space Jam.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that's the main thing that's probably gonna take up most of our time. I think is talking about that today.
Yeah. Also, we need to take a quick break. Emerson just called me.
We'll see you in
like 2
right
seconds.
about now.
Okay. Yeah, he just told me and I was like, sir.
Oh.
Just called me. He's probably looking at cheese. Sir?
Hey, group lesbian, what do you want?
Sir?
Kombucha.
Yeah, what?
Get Corona. Corona
time.
Noted, John.
Thank you.
What's the one, or I'll take it the Brew Doctor, Clear Mind.
Emerson?
Yeah?
Is Fox Mulder your favorite TV character of all time?
John, I'm buying you a drink. It's best not to anger me.
Duly noted. Thank you for the drink.
What do you want?
I'll have sweet tea.
Okay,
Okay.
I can do that.
Okay.
All right. And then, are you picking up any snacks, or are you just getting drinks?
Well, Emerson, we have a lot of snacks here, remember?
Yeah, that's what I was asking.
Oh, that's right. Okay, well,
If you want to get one bag of chips, that would be fine. But other than that, like we're good.
Be goody.
Get a bag of M&Ms. Just one bag of M&Ms.
okay, I'll get some M&Ms. I think we're good on chips probably. But
Yeah,
We are.
We are.
We have enough
Alright,
to
cool.
die inside.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Thank you, Queen.
Thank you.
Yep. See you in a minute.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Yeah.
I did. Oh, dude, I loved how that flow was going there.
Oh yeah.
That's the flow I'm talking about. Like how we
Yeah.
just kind of like
Chill.
it just spools. Like one thing, conversation spools off the other.
Yeah.
And we just talk. Okay.
Yeah,
Anyway,
Space Jam.
the edit has to cut back. So 3, 2, 1. All right.
We're back.
We're back. After our lovely friend Emerson called us, he's a huge Fox Mulder fan. So he's not. So I finished. What was I talking about? Oh, right, Space Jam. So that's a big thing we're going to talk about today. Is Space Jam. The only two.
Yeah,
we have
the
some
last one
thoughts
came
on
out-
those. What?
Yeah, the new one came out a few weeks ago, something like that.
Something like that.
Watched it maybe 3 days ago.
Yeah.
It was something. Well,
Better
Ron,
actually than I thought it would be.
Yes.
I'll
You
put it
made
that
it
way.
about family.
Don Cheadle, what a god.
Oh my god. But yeah, should we start talking about the first one? Or just talk about it in bulk?
Yeah, let's. I think that.
One-on-one would be better.
Let's just. Sorry, what were you saying?
Or 1 versus 1 would be better than just together.
Why don't we do the synopsis of both?
Okay. Yeah.
Kind of overview, and then we can maybe talk about. We can go from there.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, so Space Jam 1, basically, the Toon Squad, Looney Tunes characters, are told like originally they're going to be enslaved, right, by the Monstars.
Yes, the Monstars come to Earth and be like, "Hey, Looney Tunes, if you don't come with us, you're gonna be enslaved."
And then I think but then Bugs Bunny's like, "Well, hold up."
Basketball.
Yeah, he's like, "Hold up. If we beat you guys in a basketball game, then we stay here, right?" I'm pretty sure
much,
that's yeah. And so of course, the dumb little Monstars are like, "All right, yeah, we agree to it." And then Bugs Bunny's, and all the Tunes are like super cocky, right? Because they're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get this dub."
Yeah, easy win.
And then sure enough, the Monstars take the powers of
All the big
NBA
stars.
players like Charles Barkley and stuff like that.
Yeah, Ewing.
Yeah, Patrick Ewing. And so they're like, "Oh shoot!" So then they end up recruiting the GOAT, in my opinion.
Oh yeah,
of basketball.
I think a lot of people's.
Right.
MJ.
MJ.
Not
Michael
Jackson.
Jordan.
Michael Jackson.
Not Michael B. Jordan. Michael A. Jordan.
Oh God.
So that's a reference from the second one. For those that don't know, but yeah, they recruit him, and it's fun. They end up winning by a point, I think it is, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's a fun basketball game.
Yeah. Bill Murray's in it. Larry Bird's in it.
Larry Bird's funny in that movie.
The guy from Seinfeld's in it, right?
Yes, the guy who's Newman in
Yeah.
Seinfeld. He's in it. Other than that, I think that's all the
Yeah.
big people.
Yeah, I think that's
Pretty much the first one.
yeah, that's pretty much it.
But yeah, then the second one.
Second one's a little bit more complicated.
The second
Sort
one,
of. You want to tell him, TJ?
The second one is essentially LeBron and his son are on the rocks. That's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah.
His son wants to create this video game where LeBron wants to play more basketball. So that's kind of like the conflict of the first 20 minutes. But then they get sucked into what is it, the Streamerverse or something?
Yeah. I think it's something like that.
It's something like that. And LeBron has to recruit a team so he can win his son back from the evil Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
Who is absolutely hilarious in this movie. He's so over the top. It's fun.
Yeah, but it's not like but LeBron's son isn't like it's not necessarily like he's captured. You know?
Well, yeah, they make it out to be from like LeBron's point of view.
Yeah.
It's not really. But and then they have a basketball game where the Looney Tunes go up against Don Cheadle's basketball team, which is pretty much robot versions of and also animal versions of other NBA players and WNBA players. And it's definitely different. It has its own little feel to it. It was okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Streamerverse. It's like Streamerverse, or is it like or Cyberverse or something like that?
I think it's Streamerverse.
Streamerverse, yeah.
It has to do with a bunch of like WB movies.
Yeah, yep.
That was the whole thing.
Yeah, but that is Space Jam 2. It was actually a lot better than I thought it was gonna be.
Oh yeah, for what I heard when it first came out, I was on vacation, so I didn't watch that first weekend. I heard it just got trashed by everyone. Like, every review was like, this movie's awful. Like, it's one big ad, and there's nothing funny about it. It's boring. It's stupid. And I was like, oh, I gotta watch it now. Because we watched the first one, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, I had watched it as a kid, and TJ had never seen it, so I was like...
not all the way through. I'd seen part of it.
You've seen part of it. So I was like, and it hadn't been a while for me, of course, so I'm like, alright, so let's watch it.
Yeah.
And of course, for the new one that was coming out, which I never planned on watching, but unfortunately, because of this podcast, I need to watch it so we can talk about it. Because I'm not a huge LeBron fan, first of all, but I will say I was actually pleasantly surprised it was pretty decent. I thought, yeah.
Yeah, some of the jokes are pretty funny.
The jokes are what really makes that movie for me better than I originally thought was those jokes, those quick, like one sentence, one small little thing jokes.
Oh, they're so funny. And some of the references and like cameos are super weird and out of left field. That they kind of like are kind of fun.
Yeah,
like, out of nowhere, Rick and Morty show up and you're like,
yeah,
why? It shouldn't be happening.
Right, and I think that's the big thing for me is like they actually. Like, so I didn't read the reviews, but you're saying that other people were saying that it was one big ad. Is that what they were saying?
The whole thing was that it felt like a big ad for like HBO Max and streaming. Like,
I actually didn't really get that vibe. Not that I didn't get that vibe that much. Actually, in my opinion,
I got it a few times, but not that much.
And even if I did, I was okay with it because it either like added to the fun, like the comedy bit to it, or just kind of made it a little more interesting in my opinion.
Yeah.
Where I noticed it the most is when they were going over all those worlds.
Yeah.
But like when it actually came to like the Game of Thrones cameo, Rick and Morty cameos,
where they're
stuff like that, where they're recruiting everyone. I actually didn't feel when I was watching it, it didn't feel like an ad to me. It felt like funny. Like it felt like they put that in there to be funny. Now maybe they were intending it to be
a little
more for an ad or whatever, and I can understand why.
Yeah.
But it didn't feel like that to me.
Yeah.
Those parts.
I didn't feel it in that sequence. I felt it was just kind of like it felt a lot more natural than some of those other parts. But like I don't know. Yeah, originally when like he's floating through the thing going into Looney Tunes world for the first time. It feels very ad-like, because it's just like, here's this movie, and this movie, and this movie. And you're like, okay, chill out, Warner Bros.
Yeah.
I know what Game of Thrones is.
Yeah.
Please, relax.
Right. No, I agree with that. That's fair. Arriba!
Yes, the Speedy Gonzalez intro is amazing.
I think that's literally one of my favorite parts in the entire movie.
It's so good.
The whole Matrix thing with him and Granny. Is that her name, Granny?
Yeah. So, for those of you who haven't seen it, they dub over the Granny and Speedy Gonzalez over the intro of or the intro of Trinity from the first Matrix movie. It is so funny.
Yeah, it is.
Like, no reason. It shouldn't be as funny as it is, but
Right.
you're dying.
Yeah, that was genuinely funny. I like that. That was good. The Justice League bit was the whole Batman Robin Justice League bit was kind of funny. I mean,
okay.
it was okay.
Some parts were funny.
I did like to see the animation style because I dig it, the animated Batman style.
Oh, I had that, or like Batman animated, Superman animated to it, which was really cool.
That's a show we'll have to talk about on here. We gotta watch those episodes. Yeah. We started, but
yeah, I watched a few of them just offhand because I was really bored.
Those are fun.
Those are great.
That was one of the TV shows I grew up on as a child.
I've only seen a few, so
yeah, it's really good. It's probably my favorite thing DC's made, and I'm not even joking.
More than The Dark Knight.
Well,
every DC superfan is shuddering.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to break it to DC fans, but people have opinions, and opinions differ. Don't give me... I mean, yeah, if you're looking at it critically, obviously The Dark Knight is better acting and a lot of better stuff, but, like, that doesn't mean it has to be my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyway...
Hot take, I like Birds of Prey more than The Dark Knight. Fight me.
Really?
Yeah.
Serious?
As a viewing experience, hell yes. As a movie, no.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
I will put on Birds of Prey any day of the week. I love that movie. Yes, I have the pop here. I'm a Harley Quinn super fan. Don't judge me.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the new Suicide Squad.
Yeah, that does look really interesting.
All the reviews came out today, if that dates it. What is it? I know.
Does the Rotten Tomatoes score come out?
I know IGN gave it a 9. Which is the same as the new Green Knight movie that is coming out. There are 3 in 1.
I've seen a ridiculous amount of ads for that on Instagram. I don't know about you.
Oh, yeah. So
it's
both
everywhere.
Of them, Suicide Squad and Green Knight have both been...
Oh my gosh, they have a 98% right now.
Boy, Jesus.
Jesus. Well, I mean, obviously that's going to go down, but...
Still, like, right out of the bat, that's still pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for both of those. Green Knight and Suicide Squad.
Oh, yeah, the audience score...
It hasn't come out yet.
So, wait, I forgot. So, audience score is different from the tomato meter. That's right.
Yeah, tomato meter is
just critics, right?
It's critic average.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if the difference is always weird because, like, something like I feel like a lot of A24 movies, critics love them because they're, like, as a movie, they're amazing.
Right.
But audience find them, like, boring.
Yeah.
Because they're more art movies.
Right. That's fair.
Yeah, so there's always that weird gap.
Yeah.
And then there's like Man on Fire where it's like low critic score, but people love it because it's just Denzel movie.
Yeah, that Man on Fire, I mean, it was alright.
I didn't hate it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was alright. But anyway, yeah, back to Space Jam.
Oh yeah, Space Jam.
Space Jam. Yeah, I mean, I think in the end, what ended up being my favorite part was all the movie characters, that were showing up at the basketball game.
That part was too.
That was really fun. Looking at the audience and seeing who you could see.
Yeah, Pennywise and all those weird little cameos.
Can't believe the gang from the Clockwork Orange was in there. I still don't believe that.
So good.
That movie scars me.
What do you mean? It's a masterpiece.
But
yeah, I still think the first one's better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too. I think the thing with the second one is that at points it feels like it is an ad.
Yes. It doesn't feel as fluid and as just quick and fun as the first one.
It doesn't.
The first one has this it's really short compared to the second one. Like the second one's 2 hours and it feels like 2 hours at times.
Mm-hmm.
Where the first one's 70 minutes.
Especially when it comes to the basketball game.
Yes, the basketball game is long.
What is it, 50 minutes?
Something like that. It's long.
Yeah.
Where the first one's 70, 80 minutes. And it feels like that. It's super quick. It hits all the points super fast. It's fluent. It's funny. It doesn't feel like it's wasting its time.
Yeah.
Or I feel like that happens in the second one a little.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with all your points you made there. I think that, and I'm in agreement, I think the first one's better. Surprise, surprise. I think with the first one, it feels fast, and that's okay. It feels fast, and it goes fast, but that's okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's not an issue.
That's one thing I love about Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Right. I think
here.
I think the biggest thing that sticks out for me, though, we got to go to the doorbell in a second.
Yeah.
The thing that sticks out to me, though, and I want to get this point across, is that how much better Michael Jordan is than LeBron James in the actual movie itself.
Yes.
It feels like Michael Jordan's Michael Jordan. It feels like Michael Jordan's himself. He's having fun.
He just feels calm.
He feels calm. Where it feels like LeBron is like trying to get like an Oscar or something, I feel like.
He's trying a lot harder, and there's a section where he's the animated bit, and that part feels really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like he hit all his. It feels like it's not natural. It feels like he's reading off of a script that he's reading for the first time.
Yeah.
He's like, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
That's one section I didn't like.
Yeah. It felt like
I'm a cartoon.
the best way I can describe it is it felt like LeBron was acting as if he was in a movie where it felt like Michael Jordan was
just
chilling, acting like
himself.
Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard that point.
Yeah.
Come across so far.
Yeah.
That's one thing I've heard.
And I think that for me is the biggest thing, and then the second biggest thing is what you were talking about earlier.
I can hear Emerson shuffling up the stairs
with the pacing and stuff like that. Yeah, so that is Space Jam 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Anything else we want to talk about with those two?
Not really. I think we hit the gambit.
I think we hit most of it. I mean, there's not a lot you can say about them. I mean, they're
Space Jam.
They're Space Jam. But and also Space Jam 1 jerseys so much better than Space Jam 2 jerseys. Another thing you said while we were watching that I do want to mention to everyone, and you can, if you want to talk about it more, you can talk about it at this point, but you were saying that this movie, Space Jam 2, is not going to age nowhere near as well as the first one.
Oh, yeah.
I remember you making
all
that
its
point.
references. I feel like some of its references and stuff like that won't date itself as well, and some of its jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's one thing I have about like Booksmart. It's a comedy from like 2 years ago. Super funny movie. God, it will not age worth like 2 years. I think if I watched it now, it
Mm-hmm.
probably aged like garbage.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the same thing with Space Jam. At least for some of it. At least the second one. Where the first one, it's, 20-ish, 25 years old or something?
Yeah, well...
It's getting there.
It's getting there, it's close.
It still feels pretty good, considering.
Yeah. I feel like the thing with the first one is it's like... It does truly feel timeless.
Yes.
Because it's like... Another thing, too, is the plot is a lot more basic. Like, there's not a lot of...
references
or there's not a lot of other variables. It's pretty straightforward.
It's straightforward, and even if you don't know who basketball players are, other than like MJ, doesn't matter. And they teach you who MJ is in like the first 2 minutes of the movie anyway.
96. So we have a little ways to go.
Yeah.
20 years.
20 years.
And I will end this Space Jam conversation by saying I don't know why. I'm not going to make any assumptions as to why LeBron decided to do Space Jam 2. I mean, I don't know if he's doing it because
he's the GOAT.
Yeah, I'm sure it had. I wonder if it had to. I'm just wondering if it had to do something with that or not. But anyway, I was kind of like that. I kind of when I heard that LeBron was going to do Space Jam 2, I was kind of like, all right, I think I know why he's doing this. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not going to change my mind. But anyway, yeah. I guess also. Yeah, I mean, I think that's it. We can talk. I guess we could also just mention that. Don Cheadle was interesting.
Don Cheadle. He's something.
Yeah.
Space Jam 2 has a 4.3 on IMDb.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, what is... So that's that one. Where's... Let's see what the first one has. Space Jam. I look up Space... Oh, there we go.
There it is, bottom one.
6.5. The Rotten... So people can know what we're doing. So, the original Space Jam has a 6.5 out of 10 on IMDb. and the first one has a 4.
And then
4.3.
Anyone has a 4.3
on IMDb. The thing with movie critics, with movie critics sites, I mean
that's all fan based.
IMDb is.
Yeah.
Oh.
At least a good part of it is.
Oh. I tend to like IMDb a lot more for TV shows.
Yes.
Than other sites. Movies, I
think it sometimes works, sometimes doesn't.
Yeah, unfortunately, or I guess fortunately for me, maybe it's fortunate. Actually, I'd say it's fortunately. I haven't found a site that like is pretty accurate with mine.
Yeah.
I feel like since, and maybe you agree with me, TJ, since all of them are like vastly different and they're all, and some of them are inconsistent and stuff like that. I feel like that makes it better for us forming our own opinions because we're not like attached to one where like, oh yeah, I really like that site because it's constantly rating things like how I would rate them, and then you eventually get attached to it and you're like, oh well, second guessing yourself when you review a movie.
Yeah.
Or think about one.
It's a 5 out of 10 when it's actually 7 out of 10 in your brain.
Yeah.
Or something of that nature.
Yeah, but anyway, we're kind of rambling at this point. Yeah, first 2 Space Jams.
Slap.
Yeah, first slaps. Second.
Okay.
All right.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun enough. Yes, you're right. In the end, it was better than we both expected. The second one. So, all right. So that's the first 2. Only 2 Space Jam movies, 1 and 2. Do we want to talk about anything else?
I think we're good.
Did the camera turn off? Is
Probably.
the question. Probably turned off. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We tried. So, if you've been watching recently, which no one has, but anyway, or listening, mostly watching. The camera we have is a Sony, and with most Sony models, as far as I understand, is they have a 30-minute video limit.
Yeah.
And they can't go any longer.
Past.
There's no way you can change them unless you add like a software thing online, which no way in hell I'm doing that because that's just like asking for some sort of bad thing to happen. So yeah, that's that. We'll get better at managing it and know when to go up and fix it and take a break or whatever. I mean, half hour is a good chunk of time, so and we're hoping that our podcast episodes are like 30 to an hour long max. So like the 30 minutes could serve as like a nice break if we're talking about a bigger thing, like if we're spending a podcast episode on, let's say, like the Lord of the Rings trilogy or like the first 3 Star Wars movies and we want to break. That's a good thing. That's a good way of doing that, like breaking it up in half.
Segment break.
Right. So that's that. Thank you, everyone, for listening or watching to this episode. We hope you learned a little bit about Space Jam and what we've been watching recently, and we hope you subscribe to the channel or the Spotify or Apple podcast. I'm still trying to get that up. Spotify's up right now. I'm working on Apple thing. Apple makes it a lot more confusing. You have to do a lot more steps. It'll get up there. We'll get it going. But yeah, we appreciate the viewer, the listen, and hopefully, I don't know what we're doing next episode. I'm thinking possibly we're discussing something with our friend Emerson. Maybe Marvel shows. I know we want to get that one out soon because that's a big thing.
Yeah. Before the next one starts up and
that's right.
Again.
Right. So anyway, yeah. All right.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Adios.